What's up, y'all? So I just got done reading the book and I felt the need to talk about this right now. So I'm reading this book called The Artist Way. Shout out Doji, she definitely inspired me to read it. And I realized, so this book is basically about things that are blocking your creativity. Whether it's anything, it don't gotta do with people, it could do with something inner. But it was something I was reading that she said, which is something called a crazy maker. I don't know why she came up with that name, but that's a name. So basically, a crazy maker is someone that just takes from you. It doesn't, and I know that sounds cliche, but hear me out real quick. It's not just someone that you can. It could be anybody. It could be a relationship. It could be a family member. It could be a friend. It could be anything. It could even be yourself. So in the book, she says, as creatives, we do anything to self-destruct ourselves so hard. I don't know why. I'm still reading it, but she said as a creative, even as a human, a person, because she basically says everybody's creative. Like any form of art, it doesn't matter if you work at a regular job. Like she looks at creativity in any type of way. Like she literally says everyone is creative. It doesn't matter what field you're in. So I realized a crazy maker, right, from her definition and what I took from it, is a person that shows up when you're just about to break through, or a person that shows up when you get an opportunity for something, or when you're trying to focus on yourself. And I had to think about my life in the past and situations like that, not just dealing with relationships, friends, family, anything. Crazy makers come to take, they come to distract you, and they come to prevent you from creating. And like I said, remember, even if you don't create at the same time, it's the same thing. It doesn't matter if you work a regular job. Technically to her, you're still creative, because she says like I just said again, she says every person is creative. You just choose not to be. Like you have something in you that is creative because that you are the source and whatever. But I realized with myself, I had that basically my entire life. Whether it was a girl, whether it was a friend, whether it was something, but I never really realized when it would hit. But I did realize a pattern. Every time I would break through, somebody or something would come up, and it would be the same type of thing. And then once I indulge in whatever came up, I would be empty again. I would be creatively blocked. And as of right now, I am creative. I am the source connection. God is flowing through me and making me creative. He is the source of creativity, but he's flowing through me as well. So I have a limited, ultimate power of creativity. But the things I choose to do in my life, it could be anything. It could be smoking. That can even be a crazy maker. Smoking weed can be a crazy maker. And a crazy maker is something that just takes from you and literally like prevents you from being creative or fulfilling what you need to fulfill. It doesn't matter if it's a wedding that you need to plan. It doesn't matter if it's a job opportunity. It doesn't matter. So I'm realizing, I know you definitely have a lot of crazy makers in your life. It doesn't have to be a person. It could be anything. It can even be you, because as a creative, which she said in the book, Jolien, she said, everyone is creative. So since you are creative, even if you try not to be, or even if you believe you're not, creative people seek for self-destruction. In a way, I don't know why, but in the book it said that, but I think I'm grasping a little about why. I don't know. But I felt like I needed to say that, and I felt like you needed to hear that. So yeah, I'm about to keep reading it, and I hope y'all are having a good day. Um, what's going on in my life right now is I'm not creatively blocked, but I will say I'm getting more intentional with the work I put out for the world. You know what I'm saying? So I'm learning how to structure my songs more, hook, pre-chorus, all that, and actually bring out a positive aspect. So I was thinking all my music that I made was dark, right? And it's not that it's dark, it's just the music. The Back to what I was saying, like, so I wouldn't say, so I was trying to figure out, when it comes to my music, why does it come off so dark, and what makes me say these things? And I ain't gonna lie, I was talking to ChatGPT about it a little bit, but asking myself questions too. But the way I express my art, getting to know myself when it comes to music, I express my art in a raw way. Whether it doesn't matter how it comes, it does matter how it comes out, of course, to other people. But how I express my art based on me just reading the book, getting to know myself, and really, really dialing in on what I want to create and what makes me feel this way. Now that I'm writing, I realize it's not that I'm into rock. It's not that I'm into dark pop. It's not that I'm into alternative or none of that. It's more of what the beat makes me feel and what comes out my mouth, and what the metaphor, how I say things, is the emotion behind it. So I used to think before, like, oh my God, like, why am I talking like this in my songs? Or why does sometimes, if I listen to a beat, it makes me want to talk about this or say that. And I'm realizing it's because the emotion the beat brings, that's one, of course. And the emotion, not the emotion, how I express myself with those words, how I'm connected with those words. So, like, I'm glad I was able to figure that out about myself because it was needed. It makes me more comfortable and more happy about putting out the work I do, instead of just listening to what other people have to say, or I feel like I'm offending other people or making them, you feel me? Like, my perception, like, I mean, not my perception. I know I'm talking a lot because I really want to eat this pizza right here because it looks good, but I'm realizing that. And there's no one in this world, I do not care what no one say, that can tell me anything about my music. Now, now, Levine, relax. Will people perceive it as dark, whatever, too much, too crazy? Yes, they will. They will. But as long as the message I'm trying to get out gets to the right people, and the people that actually care, if they take the time to listen, I want to perform for them. I don't want to explain myself to people that don't want to listen and they automatically think, oh my God, he's dark. And I had to realize that about myself because I was thinking like, damn, why do I make this type of music? And I realized it's because I metaphorically express myself in that type of way. It's not that I'm demonic. It's not that I like the dark. It's not none of that. And I felt that way. It's none of that. It's not that. It's how I express myself using those words with that type of beat. And I love it. And there's nothing nobody can change about it. And I feel like that was needed too, because I haven't gotten to that part of the book. I don't even know. I'm on the week 2. But it made me feel that way when I was doing the morning pages and the blurts. I realized even in my morning pages, as I'm writing, I express stuff more aggressively and raw, even if it's a calm emotion. And I have to accept that and I have to embrace it, and I cannot listen to no one. How I express my art, it doesn't matter if it's calm, relaxed, it comes off as aggressive because that's who I am. Not as in I'm just, but that's the lyrics and the emotion I'm feeling at that time, so it comes out aggressive. And I've been debating on dropping this song called Wake Up, which is hella intense, I will say that. But the story behind it is so huger, and if people can grasp it, I'll be happy. So I'm learning that, and I'm happy that I'm finally doing this work to really embrace that. But that's it. Avoid the crazy makers. Don't let people come in your life to take. Remember, when you're doing good or when you're trying to figure out something in your life, oh my God, these niggas keep calling me. Bro, stop calling. All right, back to what I was saying. When you are doing something good in your life, right? When you're doing something good in your life, or you want to focus on your life, remember, watch out for the crazy makers. It doesn't matter if it's alcohol, weed, people, it doesn't matter. It can be anything. And that's what I want to say. Now I'm going to enjoy this pizza, and for sure, y'all have a good day.